Hello family, so back with another video. So today we're going to talk about how to get through postpartum, and in some cases you don't even know that you're experiencing postpartum. Okay, so for me, I had a conversation with my significant other and he felt like, hold on, let's see, it's better. Okay. Well, he felt like I may have experienced some postpartum, and in having the conversation, I can see that. I definitely can. And we didn't really have that conversation until I came out of that. So I wanted to make this video because maybe it would bless somebody and maybe make somebody take a step back and do a self-check and then see what they need to do to get themselves together. Okay? So, first of all, how to identify that you may be experiencing postpartum. Are you not yourself? Do you not, I can't say do you not feel like yourself, because who feels like themselves after having a baby? I don't ever foresee feeling like myself immediately after having a baby. But if you're not, I guess I would say maybe happy about the things that normally make you happy. Are you finding it hard to continuously find joy in the things that normally bring you joy? Do you find yourself having more sad moments than happy moments? And also knowing, and this is for everyone, that it's okay to not be okay and to not completely just be overfilled with joy right after having a baby, because our bodies go through so many hormonal changes. And that doesn't mean that you don't love your baby and that you're not grateful for your baby and that your baby is not a blessing, but the journey is tough, and that's just is what it is. So just do a self-assessment and try to really, because my therapist asked me, was I depressed? And I really didn't think I was. And even now, I really still don't know if I was or not, but I know I wasn't myself. I know I was not happy with how I felt. I knew I wasn't happy with how I physically felt. I knew that I could not, I think I didn't feel like I was depressed because I knew that there wasn't an end all be all. Like, I wasn't going to feel like this forever. And I think that's what kept me going. That's what made me not feel like I was depressed. And like I said, I still don't know if I was or not, but these are some ways that got me back to feeling like myself, okay? Without even knowing that I was experiencing what could have been postpartum, okay? So one, exercising. Exercising, and I told you guys before in a previous video that when I started focusing on just being the better version of myself and being healthier, then the weight just came off. So exercising, just because it makes me feel good. It literally, and I work out in the morning, so it sets the tone for the day. If I go work out in the morning, I'm having a good day. It don't matter what happens, as long as the house don't burn down and nothing, God forbid, and nothing freakish happens, then I'm good. Everything else can just roll off because I've set my day up here, okay? It's gonna take a Okay, guys, sorry. My camera died. But as I was saying, it sets the tone for the day. So there's nothing that can really happen. Exercise sets the tone for the day. So there's nothing that can really happen that I feel like would just throw my day all the way left. Versus already just waking up, I'm in a okay mood. I'm here. Happy to be here. But it's just something about that workout early in the morning and that shower and having your coffee, having a little time to yourself before you pour yourself into your job and your family. That's just top tier for me. It is. Even before I had a family, before I went to my 9 to 5, it was just top tier. Like, for one, girl, I worked out this morning. I had breakfast, I had coffee, all before I worked. I'm that girl. Like, I was that girl before that girl was being that girl, So that's how I felt. And okay, 2, eating healthy. Literally what you eat can alter your mood. There are so many foods that make us sluggish and make us depressed because we don't feel our best. Food should fuel you. literally. And that doesn't mean don't have the cookie. Have the cookie. And maybe one more if you just want one. But just don't eat the whole pack. No, don't eat the whole pack. You're gonna feel sluggish. And then you're gonna be mad because, oh, I'm trying to get this weight off, but I just ate this whole thing of cookies. And I know sometimes we might emotionally eat, or it may be because of PMS. And I'm gonna say that's fine, but really it's not. We gotta have self-control. So treat yourself. But if you're gonna do it, just have 2 or 4. Look at the back and see what the serving size is. If it's 100 calories and 4 cookies, eat the 4 cookies. But just have self-control. Treat yourself to things, but just be kind to your body because it's gonna make you feel better. Also, eating healthy, therapy. I've been going to therapy for years. I personally, I don't mind sharing this. I just went because I just was like, I don't know anybody else that go to therapy. Maybe it could help. Maybe there's some issues that I can resolve or get to the root of before I become a mother, before I have a family, because I just really wanted to be the best version of myself. That's it. My insurance paid for it. So I was like, hey, what could I lose, you know? But I've heard so many horror stories about postpartum depression. So while I was pregnant, I ramped up the amount of sessions I was going to. Postpartum, especially when I was still on maternity leave, I had sessions weekly. So just talk to a therapist. My therapist did ask me was I depressed. So there may have been some reasons that she asked me, and she may have very well thought that there was a possibility that I could have been, but I didn't even see it myself. And she did try to encourage me to work out, eat healthy, start back reading my books. And I'm gonna get into things like reading books, doing things that make you happy. But also outside of therapy, if you're gonna do therapy too, you also need to have a therapist that you trust. And for me, my therapist was someone who looks like me, and I value her opinion and I trust her. So I'm very transparent with her. You need to have a therapist that you feel comfortable with, whose opinion you do value. Also, self-care time. I struggle with this super hard. Like just even trusting somebody with my baby for extended periods of time. I still nurse her to this day, and she's almost 17 months. Just nursing her, and she never really cared for a bottle. So it's hard. It was hard for me to want her to go somewhere and to truly be able to mentally decompress and relax, because I'm wondering like, oh, I wonder if she drink the milk out the bottle. Oh, I wonder if she's hungry. But now she eats table food. So I know even if she doesn't have milk, she's fine for a day or 2 without milk. Like she is. And if she wants it that bad, she'll drink it out of the cup. And she even knows how to drink out of big girl cup. So we know if she doesn't want it out of her sippy cup, if we put it in a regular cup, she's gonna think she's a big girl and she's gonna drink it out of the regular cup. So it makes it easier. However, I said all that to say, self-care time is super important. You have to take care of yourself. And I looked at like, oh, well, I'm gonna start working out. That's taking care of myself. But girl, I don't care if you're just going, today, I went to eat and got a drink. That is my self-care. If you know me, you know I'm a foodie. Like taking myself out to dinner was a norm for me, even before having a baby. So I went to eat and had a drink, and then I went to Trader Joe's. I could have took her to Trader Joe's with me, but I can't browse the way I would like to browse, take my time, look at the different wines and things like that. That is self-care for me. I even went into Nordstrom. I just looked around. I didn't even buy anything. I would have. I honestly just didn't see anything I wanted, and I didn't feel like doing a deep dive through their clothes. I just looked at some handbags, some jewelry, and some shoes, and some home decor things, and I just left. And that was my self-care. So take care of yourself. Even at night, my baby's on a routine, so just doing you some skincare, or taking you a warm bath, or just taking you a hot shower, but taking your time, taking your shower, listening to your music, whatever self-care looks like for you. Going on a hike, that's something that I used to do prior to my baby for self-care, and something I might need to incorporate again during the springtime. But doing whatever self-care looks like for you, value it, do it, because it makes you feel better, which in turn makes you a better mother, and it's gonna make you a better partner as well. And we're going to talk about that as well. All right, communicate your needs with your family. I struggle with this as well. Communicate your needs to your spouse. Communicate your needs to your parents, your grandparents, your sisters, cousins, whoever. If you need a break, if you just need someone to come over to watch them in one room while you tidy up the rest of the house, or just take a shower, communicate your needs. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Even if they say no, it's not the end of the world. And try to ask people who you know that truly cares about you, and that you know if they had the time, and if they say no, it's truly because they don't have the time and they can't do it that day, but maybe they will come through for you on another day. But putting it out there, letting them know like, hey, I need help with this sometimes, and that way you know you've done your part. You put it out there, and if they don't deliver, then fine, you know that you've tried. So don't be afraid to communicate your needs to your family, also to your spouse. But be gentle, because men, they really do. Mine do. They try their best. He's tried his best, and he's been amazing. I cannot imagine going through this journey without him. But that's gonna be a whole separate video in itself. That I think that would be good to piggyback off of this, to just talk about like how to get. I've noticed in this generation that a lot of people don't make it. Relationships and even marriages do not make it through the postpartum phase. And I think I want to do a separate video about that and do a deep dive into ways to get through it, to work with each other, to put your feelings and your egos aside, to get past that phase, because there are better days ahead. And you guys let me know if that's something that you'll be interested in. And I will even try to see if Fred would like to sit down and do a video with me, so that you can get a male perspective of it. Even though it's something that me and him talked about several times, and we talk about it all the time, even when we see relationships fail, we just like, God, thank you for saving us. And I thank you for saving us for each other. But I think I will know what most of his answers will be anyway. But there are questions that you have, you guys let me know, so that I can present those to him, so that we can prepare if he's fine with doing it, and we can both sit down and talk about it. Okay? Do things that make you happy. And that's different from self-care. And that's where I was going into the reading books. And I used to think self-care and doing what makes you happy is the same thing. So also doing what makes me happy is cooking. I feel like, oh, I'm just so busy. I just don't know now I have time. I love to bake. I really do like to bake, but I don't like to eat the sweets, really. Like we're not a big sweets household. But just like right now, I have some red velvet cupcakes over there, and I've been dishing them out every time I go by somebody's house, or that we're going somewhere. I'm like, call your friend. One of his guy friends loves my red velvet, so it's actually a green velvet, because I don't do red 40. And it was hard to find red food coloring anyway, but I don't do red 40, so they're green. I was like, tell him, don't forget about his cupcakes. Don't forget about his cupcakes, because it gotta get hot here. I just wanted to make them because I just felt like it. And I like when other people eat my food and they enjoy it. It just makes my heart smile, because I love a good meal and I love good food. So, and it makes me so warm and comforting. So I feel like I'm providing that warmth to other people. And I feel like I neglected enjoying cooking for a while, because I was just trying to cook a meal to put food on our stomach. I wasn't enjoying the process. So, and it's something that I can't do every day, and I've come to terms to be okay with it. But I do take time to say, hey, you know what, right now I feel like making a red velvet cake, and I communicate that to Fred, so I would know when he has the time to be home, and to take, Fred's my boyfriend, sorry guys, and to take Amora, which is my daughter, and entertain her or whatever, so that I can bake the cake. One day I wanted to make salmon lasagna pasta. I think I actually ended up doing it after she went to bed one night, but he was here, but it was just a busy day. But just putting in time to the side to try those new recipes and do the things that normally makes me so happy. Like I said, it's not every day out now, but we do work it in. Just like for New Year's, I want to make homemade pizzas and these oven baked crispy wings. They're like garlic, Parmesan, lemon pepper, and I use fresh lemon, fresh garlic, fresh Parmesan, and everything. So we're gonna make pizzas, but I'm gonna actually be able to incorporate my daughter, because she's in the phase of wanting to be creative. And so I'm excited to not only cook the homemade pizza, but to be able to include my daughter into something that I truly enjoy and that I do for myself. So whatever it is that makes you happy, even if you feel like you don't have the time, find the time. If you enjoy reading, you don't feel like you have the time, wake up at 4:30. If your kids normally get up at 6 or 7, wake up at 4:30. If you're not working out, read your book. Even if I do work out, sometimes I still have time to read my Bible. So if you have time to read your Bible already, carve out a time to just read a chapter in your book. Just a chapter a day. It's still progress. Because guess what? By the time the end of the month, that's 30 chapters. And most books don't even have those many chapters. So it's still, it may not be what you're used to. And that's something I too have to work on. I'm the type of girl where if I find a book that I like, I want to binge read it. Like, I want to be done with it today or tomorrow. But I had to realize that I can't do that. I just can't. So I need to find a way to incorporate reading back into my schedule outside of just my Bible reading. And even that, I really need to find a set time to do that. Sometimes I have time in the morning, sometimes I don't. But I kind of had started doing it at night, like right before I get ready to go to sleep. And then Fred and I discuss our readings. So we sometimes do self-devotion with our church, but like for the month of December, we were reading the books of Proverbs. So reading Proverbs, and then we'll discuss it at the end. So do the things that make you happy. Number 7, have the drink or have the dessert. When I get done with this, my baby is sleeping right now. Content creating is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And that goes back to doing the things that make you happy. I felt like since I started doing it when I was pregnant. I had an emergency surgery that I talked about in another video. And after that, I just find it so hard to get my energy back. The next thing you know is the maternity shoot. Next thing you know is the baby shower. Next thing you know, I got a nest to get everything ready. Then I had a really rough delivery. Baby's here. Spent most of my maternity leave trying to recover. I taught, some people may know, I have a dispatching company. I don't really do it so much now. I still will teach classes on how to dispatch, like semi-trucks, but I don't really do it because I also have my baby and work a full-time job, and I really value in treating my drivers really good and trying to find them loads that I would want to take if I were driving, or if my boyfriend was driving, because he has a trucking company as well. But I try to treat them good. So if I can't be my best version of myself for them, I'm not even gonna take them on as a client. So that had nothing to do with nothing. But my baby is asleep, and most YouTubers we know, they try to record their videos and there's daylight out so you can get the best sunlight and all of that. And it was very discouraging to me, because I'm like, during the day, when do I have time to make a YouTube video? And most of the time when she sleeps during the week, I want to get more work done, or I'm trying to fit in eating some lunch or doing something else I need to do, right? Or have this phone conversation, or make this professional phone call. I don't need a kid in the background and Mickey Mouse and Miss Rachel in the background. So at night, it's gonna be what it is until I figure something else out with some artificial lighting and good information that I really feel like are gonna bless people's lives. And if God wakes me up at 4 a.m. and say, hey, record this video, I feel like people need to hear about this, I'm gonna get up and record that video with this artificial lighting, okay? So that goes back to doing what makes you happy. But like I said, after I get done with this, I'm gonna have that drink of wine. I'm gonna have the wine. And I know it may not be the cleanest thing to put in your body, but there's nothing wrong with a glass of wine, or drink a cup of red wine. It's heart healthy. It can have benefits for you. And like I said earlier, if you want to have the cookie, have the cookie. If you want to have the dessert, have the dessert. Treat yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. The weight will come off. And don't eat it and then you gotta feel guilty about it. Like, if you're gonna eat it, girl, enjoy it. Enjoy it, because the guilt can take you down a whole different rabbit hole. So enjoy the dessert. And last but absolutely not least, and this is actually my absolute favorite one outside of exercising and eat healthy, take the vacation. Get the rest. Take the vacation with your boo. Get away from the kids. And that doesn't mean you don't love your kids. You can take the kids on a vacation, but you do need even a solo vacation for yourself, or with your boo. If y'all can take a vacation, like, we vacation so well together. Like, we're so cool with taking a nap. And it's gonna be a time because we're gonna have a good nap. And we're gonna wake up and we're gonna eat good. We're gonna have an awesome meal and an awesome drink. So take the vacation. That job is gonna be there. Those kids are gonna be there waiting on you. And the feeling of coming back and get your kids and they're just missing you, it's awesome anyway. So why not take the vacation and come back to all of the hugs and all the love? Just do it. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your life now. It's always going to be a new obstacle as a parent. It's always going to be a new obstacle in life, period, for those people who are not parents. You just got to take it as it comes. Do the best you can, be the best you can, and just thank God for where you are and show gratitude for where you are. And even in your postpartum journey, thank God for where you are then. Ask him to show you the way, to guide you to get out of that season. Okay, and take whatever you need from that season, because there's always a lesson in every season that we're in. I just really believe there's always something to take from it. And I even have to work on my mindset myself. I'm giving you things that I know that has worked for me, and things that I even know that I need to work on that probably has made a difference, or no, that has made a difference in my life in even different seasons outside of postpartum. But this video is specifically made about postpartum. So I hope that this video has blessed your life, and I hope that you can implement it and it will make your life so much easier in so many ways. If there's any more information that I can give you guys on any of these topics in more depth, please let me know. I love you all so much, and I hope you all have the most amazing day and postpartum journey. I love you. Bye.